And now looking at how you have to sort of craft those proposals and those funding research grants to say the buzzwords like climate change or, diversity and inequality in a certain industry in order to get the funding. It's not based on merit. It's based on, have you checked the boxes that are required for you to be socially acceptable right now?
Tamara Ugolini here with Rebel News to bring you an interview with senior research scientist who has expertise in microbiology and genomics. Her name is Dr. Laura Braden, and she has, like every other professional that questioned the COVID narrative, been completely canceled and slandered out of her field of work. Recently, Dr. Braden provided expert testimony at the National Citizens Inquiry in Nova Scotia, where she spoke about sweeping censorship, the suppression of scientific debate, and reinforced the increasing concerns around biodistribution of the spike protein and things like the origin of COVID-19. As someone who worked rigorously in good laboratory practices, also called GPL, Dr. Braden further shared concern around abysmal quality assurance and contamination of these novel products by the manufacturers or sponsors, Pfizer and Moderna, before being questioned by the commissioners, where she even touched on something not widely discussed: blood transfusions from those injected with these novel products. Have a listen to what she said there.
My second question is, can you speak to blood transfusions?
I can speak to it from a concern. So I'm not a medical doctor. I've never done a blood transfusion. So I can't speak to it from that perspective. I can speak to it from a concern of the contamination and what is being delivered into our bodies, and how the production of spike that we know is existing for up to 15 months, protein present in people who are injected, circulating in their blood. So from a concerned citizen perspective, as well as a professional who understands molecular biology, it is of great concern for blood transfusions to not be screened for the presence of both lipid nanoparticles or spike protein. And in fact, as a mother, I would not let my child be transfused with blood unless it was proven to be clear of both.
And joining me now to chat further about all of this scientific censorship and reinforce some of these concerns is Dr. Braden.
At what point was it that you said, something doesn't seem right here and I need to start digging deeper into what's going on?
March 2020, right at the beginning. And it was, just looking at the evidence that was being portrayed to us, the propaganda that we can now say confidently is propaganda from China.
Unfortunately, we get into some COVID nitty-gritty, and certain platforms don't allow for freedom of expression and freedom of speech in sharing real-world data. So if you're joining us on one of those platforms, I will need you to scroll down to the description box below, where you can be redirected to a link where you can watch the report in full without any censorship. I'll see you over there.